Erling Haaland, where will he go? Or will he stay at Borussia Dortmund? That is the biggest questions we ask today of Fabrizio Romano as he joins the show. We discuss Haaland, of course, Sergio Aguero, Martin Odegaard, Paulo Dybala, and so much more. Qué Golazo, Fabrizio Romano begins right now. Hey everybody, welcome to Qué Golazo on this Monday. I hope you all had a great Easter, a great weekend, and of course Monday means one thing. Fabrizio Romano. Fab, how are you, my friend?
Hello, my friend. Hello to our listeners. I'm fine, thank you. Hope you had a great Easter, and we are ready for the Champions League back, but also for transfer news. So I feel that the transfer market is coming. It's just a matter of 1 month, and we are coming back.
Things are heating up, my friend. They're getting warmer and warmer, just like the sun is warming up here on the East Coast in the U.S. and, of course, everywhere in Europe. A spring is here. I feel that transfer mania is happening, Fabrizio. And listen, man, we got to begin with him. Everybody that's listening, by the way, you should know that me and Fabrizio, go back and forth during the week. We talked on WhatsApp, and he always gives me his thoughts on everything. And this week I was like, Fab, we got to begin with one person, and that is Erling Haaland. Haaland is going to be the talking point of this entire summer, I think, aside from obviously other key players. But Fabrizio, Borussia Dortmund lost this past weekend. They have Man City coming up in the Champions League. It doesn't seem right that they would win the Champions League. Anything is possible, but it doesn't seem it. They're out of a Champions League spot in the Bundesliga right now. So many different things are happening. And you, of course, alongside others reporting, what was going on with Haaland and Mino Raiola going to Barcelona, Real Madrid, heading to Manchester as well. Of course, Chelsea seem interested. What is the latest? Just give me the whole talking point. Everybody, we begin with Erling Haaland. I want to know everything, Fabrizio.
Yes, just because you mentioned the Champions League, that is the natural habitat of Haaland on the pitch, but it's the key for his transfer. So as you say, at the moment, the situation for Borussia Dortmund in Bundesliga is complicated. So if they won't be in the next Champions League, for sure the situation will be so complicated because they say we want to keep Haaland one more season. Today was picking Watzke, the other day was picking Zorc, all with the same position as they did with Sancho last summer, but they had Champions League. Now they're saying we want to keep Haaland, but let's see what happens with the Champions League. So my personal feeling is that if Borussia Dortmund won't be in the Champions League, Erling Haaland could really move this summer. We have always to remind to our listeners that his release clause is not valid this summer, but only in 2022. And that's why Borussia Dortmund hope they can keep the player, but without the Champions League spot would be so complicated. The price, according to Borussia Dortmund people around the club, would be not less than 150 million euro for Erling Haaland this summer. So not easy to sign this player, but the race is on. We say last week that Mino Raiola is moving with the father of the player, Alfie Haaland. So talks are starting with many clubs. And we can say that we have really an open race. And what I want to say to people is remember how Mino Raiola works. So it will be so long. Imagine that when he did the deal for Matthijs de Ligt from Ajax to Juventus, he started with meetings like in February. He had like 5 or 6 meetings, also with other clubs, Paris Saint-Germain, Liverpool, and many others. And then he decided to join Juventus in July. So it will take long, in my opinion, with Haaland. He's just meeting clubs to understand about the projects and what's going on. It was a positive feeling with Barcelona, the first one, because Juan Laporta wants to do something important, wants to show his project. So he was talking with Raiola, with the father of the player. We were surprised because 2 hours later, Mino was in Madrid talking with Real Madrid. So he is moving around to talk with clubs, to show also like training grounds, like with Valdebebas for Erling Haaland's father. So they are talking. They will go also to talk with English clubs. And when I say English clubs, I mention Chelsea for sure, because they want a striker, but it's not easy to pay 150 million euro. I will mention Manchester City. And now we're going to talk about the situation of Aguero and more. But what Pep said is, we are not prepared to pay enormous fee this summer. So we want to sign a striker because they want, but it won't be easy to go for this kind of fee. So let's see what happens with Man City, and keep an eye also on Manchester United, because we know he has a special feeling with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, but also in this case, spending 150 million euro on a single player after the pandemic will be complicated. So it's an open race. I would say no Borussia, no Bayern Munich, sorry, for this summer, let's say in 2022, but for this summer, no Bayern Munich, nothing from Paris Saint-Germain at the moment. Juventus are in a complicated situation. So the race is Real Madrid, Barcelona, and English clubs in this moment. And also remember that Borussia Dortmund will fight to keep the player, but without the Champions League will be so complicated.
Oh, I love it. I love all this drama, Fabrizio. I want to know where he's going. Hey, 2 points you made. The first one, you talked about Matthias de Ligt, right? And how Mino Raiola, they went same pattern, right? They went to different clubs to see what was the best, whatever. Where was Juventus in that during that trip? Were they the first one? Were they the last one? I'm trying to put it all together.
No, they were second, in one moment, also in a key moment during the race for Matthias de Ligt, like in April, in May, 2 years ago, they were like second in the race because Barcelona were leading the race. So I remember that Barca wanted to push, and then also Paris Saint-Germain were trying, but then there was some problem between Mino Raiola and the board of Paris Saint-Germain, and also with Barcelona because of the economical situation. And Juventus were so fast to change the situation, like at the end of June, to pay 80 million euro to Ajax and sign the player. That's what I mean when I say it will be so long. So today you see Mino Raiola in Barcelona, or you see Mino Raiola in Madrid, and you think, okay, the player is going to Spain. But it's nothing done or agreed yet, because Mino, till the last minute, he will try to do his best for the player. It means the best contract, but he knows that he had to fight with Borussia Dortmund. And when I say fight, obviously we're talking about price, because all this drama around Haaland last week started on Wednesday and not on Thursday, because on Wednesday he was in Dortmund. And when I say he, I mean Mino Raiola, talking with Borussia Dortmund board and saying, okay, what we have to do? What is the price? I want to say a strategy, because we need to know right now what we're going to do. And they said again, we want to keep a player. We won't negotiate for less than 150 million euro. So that's what I say is complicated, because there are many clubs involved, but always Borussia Dortmund, that in this case will fight to keep the player 1 season more. But remember, as we said for the league, also if today you don't see Mino Raiola in Manchester City, on Chelsea headquarters, he's working with all top clubs because he will do the best for the player.
So the other thing is that just focusing on the Dortmund thing, and if they don't get, and also, by the way, obviously they're not in a Champions League spot yet, or maybe at all in the Bundesliga, but it's not impossible yet. There's still plenty of games to go. They're also in the Champions League right now against, albeit a very difficult opponent in Manchester City. But I'm wondering, Fabrizio, if what Haaland is thinking himself, right? Obviously, you can't predict that, but I'm wondering, if Borussia Dortmund, let's say for the sake of argument, they get knocked out of the Champions League by Man City. Okay, that's done. All right, but they do get a Champions League spot. They finally crawl back and get it. I wonder how much stronger the argument is, or I wonder if Haaland is thinking it doesn't matter. I want to be in Spain. I want to be in the Premier League. And obviously the other side of this as well, Fabrizio, is how much are they putting worth on Haaland? We know how good of a player he is, but because the clauses doesn't activate until next year, are they willing to just wait a little bit longer at the risk of more competition? You see what I'm saying? I'm wondering what the conversation and the narrative will be if Borussia Dortmund indeed do get a Champions League spot, right? But there's still major interest, and of course, the touring, as you said, of the Premier League and La Liga, etc.
Yes, what I want to say is that from the player side, also excluding his father and Mino Raiola, just talking about the player, we have to be honest and say that till right now, Haaland has always been so respectful with Borussia Dortmund. So all about these rumors, he's always said, I want to focus on the pitch. I want to be a great professional. I respect my club. Also because he's spending great times with Borussia Dortmund, scoring always. The club is loving him. So he's been always so respectful. So at the moment, he's not thinking to make pressure or something like this. But what I can guarantee to you is that Erling Haaland wants to play the Champions League. So without the Champions League spot, I see really complicated to keep the player, because he wants to play the Champions League. And also this club would know that they can do it without the Champions League spot. So that's why my feeling is without the Champions League will be so complicated. With the Champions League, they can hope. Also because remember what happened with Sancho last summer. So they said we keep the player 1 season more, and then we'll consider offers this summer. So also Vasquez today, the CEO of the club, said if an exceptional bid arrives for Sancho, we have to consider it. So they fear they can lose both two top players. They don't want to lose both the players. So they hope they can keep Haaland for one more season and then probably sell Sancho if an important bid will arrive. But at the moment, everything is open. What I can guarantee to you is Haaland is respecting Borussia Dortmund, but he wants to play the Champions League 100%. He can't lose one season without playing the Champions League. So that's why I'm convinced that without the Champions League, he will leave Borussia Dortmund this summer.
Yeah, and let's not forget that there's a ripple effect as well. Lionel Messi as well is still trying to figure himself out. Did you hear about Lionel Messi? He's also trying to deal something going on. So there's a lot going on. But that's great info there. Great context on Erling Haaland, Fabrizio. Thank you so much. All right, everybody. When we come back, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we have more, including Sergio Aguero and many other players around Europe. Stay right here. Qué Golazo with Fabrizio Romano. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody, to Qué Golazo with Fabrizio Romano. Fabrizio, Sergio Aguero, Man City legend at this point. He's already the club's all-time scorer. Obviously, we know everything he's done for the club, including that historic first Premier League title, or, you know, for a very long time when the late goal against QPR, etc. But there's so many more. One of the most influential, overseas player ever in the Premier League. Just a tremendous asset. Obviously announcing that he's done with Man City, a mutual agreement, time to move on. I'm thinking that maybe, I personally think, Fabrizio, that maybe he's got one more year, maybe two in Europe, and then he might go back to Argentina, to his beloved Independiente. What do you think? What's going on?
I have the same feeling about this. So one day he will play in Argentina. I always say he has this dream. So I agree with you. Independiente are waiting, but it's not the right moment right now. So he will play in Europe for 1 or 2 seasons, as you said. I totally agree with you. Let's see what happens, because when you have this kind of free agents on the market, it's really everything can happen. At the moment, the 2 clubs that have moved with people around Aguero are Barcelona, because they're planning, okay, if we don't sign Haaland, we need an important striker. Aguero is one of the opportunities. Also, Koeman always pushing to sign Depay. So they have like a list with many names, but they are in contact with people close to Aguero. So they want to be like ready if the opportunity will arrive, and if they can't sign Erling Haaland, to try for Sergio Aguero. And we know the relationship that he has with Leo Messi. So it could be also a strategic move from Barcelona for Leo Messi future. And let's see what happens also with Paris Saint-Germain, because we were talking, we know that they are waiting to sign the contract of Neymar. They are negotiating with Mbappé. So let's see what happens with strikers, also with Icardi, also with Moise Kean, that is on loan from Everton. And when I mention Icardi, I say there are opportunities for him to leave the club in the summer. So they can change a lot with strikers. And Sergio Aguero could be an interesting opportunity as a free agent in Champions League, like Ligue 1. He would be like perfect for the last years of his career. So Paris Saint-Germain and Barcelona have moved to try and to understand Sergio Aguero, his salary request and more. But from other clubs, like English one, at the moment, nothing with Manchester United. So I want to say to Manchester City fans, don't worry, Sergio is not going to Manchester United. So fake rumors. But about Chelsea or other clubs, at the moment, there is nothing. But I won't say 100%, because, when you have this kind of free agent and you arrive like in June or in July and you're waiting to do your strategies, it could be an opportunity for many clubs. So at the moment, Barcelona and Paris Saint-Germain moving, and the other clubs are still looking at the situation, but nothing else.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe, it's just me thinking, especially South Americans, they sometimes long for, being in a country where they can just speak Spanish, just feel, more familiar with this. So I feel Spain is a closer target, but like you said, who knows? It's too early right now, but, he probably remembers his fond memories back from, Spain and stuff. So I'm thinking that's a key component. Maybe he wants to be somewhere now where he doesn't have to worry so much about, the language factor. Not that he can't speak it, but I just know personally just how it feels. So that could be a factor too.
I agree with you. And also about Barcelona, he always had this dream of playing for Barcelona, of playing with Leo Messi, not just in a national team, but also with the club. So my feeling is that Barcelona at the moment are like leading the race, but it's not like a race with offers yet. It's like talking. So we can say that they are like close to sign him, but they are talking. And so I would say that Barcelona is one of the strongest options, probably the strongest option right now. Yeah. From one Argentinian to another, Paulo Dybala,
La Joya, Paulo Dybala, obviously Juventus, got into a little bit of trouble recently, obviously attending Weston McKennie's parties, but he went back to training on Sunday. So that's done and dusted. But Paulo Dybala has always been an interesting target for me. I feel like if he went to a certain club, he could be the key person. But because he's at Juventus, it's a little bit trickier. What's the latest on him?
Yes, as you say, the situation here in Italy is getting really complicated with Paulo Dybala. He's not playing. I think this year he played like 10 or 11 matches with Juventus. It's incredible because, as you said, we're talking about the top talent, the top player, but injuries, a lot of problems. Now, also he had COVID some months ago, and also the problem with the party in this week. So Juventus excluded him from the last match, derby against Torino, but they're having problems with him. So his contract is expiring in 1 year. And as we said many times, there is still no agreement between Dybala and Juventus to extend his contract. So that's why there are huge opportunities to see Dybala leaving Juventus this summer. To be honest with you, at the moment, there is still nothing advanced with Premier League or Spanish or any other clubs in the world, just because his agent is waiting to understand what happens with Juventus. But my personal feeling is that Juventus and Dybala are close to say, okay, we are fine. We're gonna leave that situation, just because he was so close to join Manchester United. I remember 2 years ago, Manchester United and Tottenham were so close to sign Paulo Dybala, and he decided to stay at Juventus because his desire was to fight for Juventus, to play for Juve. But now the situation is totally different. He knows that he needs to leave, he needs to play, he needs to be a star on another club. So I would say keep an eye when we talk about top stars for the summer, also on Paulo Dybala.
Yeah, absolutely. Another player to keep an eye on is Martin Odegaard, because, you know, sometimes I'm like, why did Real Madrid even let him leave? I feel like sometimes you need that kind of player. And obviously, even though Arsenal lost against Liverpool, he's still one of the positive factors from what's going on with Mikel Arteta's team. What's the latest with him, especially as well, by the way, you know, as the European Championships come this summer as well?
Yes, it's a particular situation, you know, because Odegaard is doing so well. We always say it was a great deal. But, you know, when you are so young, moving from Real Madrid to another country, another club, important club like Arsenal, fighting in the Premier League is not easy. And he's performing so well. They are so happy with him also outside the pitch, like a guy, like a professional in training. So they are really happy from Arsenal side with him. And let's see what happens, because it's a simple loan with no buy option. But from Arsenal side, they want to try really to keep Martin Odegaard for one more season. But from Real Madrid, they're saying the player is our player. So we're waiting for him back in the summer, and we count on him. So it will be interesting to see the negotiation at the end of the season between Real Madrid and Arsenal. They have good relationship. They have like a meeting at the end of the season talking of Ceballos and talking of Martin Odegaard. But for sure, it's an interesting one, because Odegaard is performing so well. Arsenal will try to keep him, but Real Madrid at the moment are saying the player is coming back. So let's see also what Zidane will decide, and if Zidane will be still the manager of Real Madrid.
By the way, 22 years old. It's kind of amazing. Well, Fabrizio always delivering so much. All right, we're going to play a quick game, Fabrizio. I didn't warn you about this. I want to see what you do. Okay. We're going to talk Champions League. I'm going to give you the fixture, okay?
Okay.
I don't want you to even think. Just like straight away, you tell me who's going to win, okay? Are you ready? All right, we're going to begin. Here we go. Quarterfinals Champions League begins this week. I just want very quickly. Don't even give me a reason. Just tell me the team. All right, here we go. All right. Real Madrid, Liverpool.
Real Madrid.
Man City, Dortmund.
Manchester City.
Bayern, PSG.
PSG.
Porto, Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Very good, Fabrizio. I bet you it happens as well. Fabrizio Romano, grazie. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my friend. Always big pleasure, and see you in the coming days with many news and with Champions League on Qué Golazo and on CBS Sports.
Hey, everybody. I want to thank Fabrizio Romano for joining me today. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Qué Golazo Pod. We are on Apple Podcasts. Please follow us on Apple Podcasts and leave a 5-star rating and review. Drop a question or a comment. It's the best way for us to grow the show. We're on Spotify. We're on Stitcher. You can watch this on YouTube. youtube.com/Qué Golazo. Also, if you go to cbsports.com, in every article, you should see a Qué Golazo right there for you to listen. So we are everywhere. No excuses. We provide so much. We got Champions League quarterfinals coming up this week and so much more. Have a great, great day.